that I know came forward, and they only came forward when you asked, and some of them are never Trumpers. So, but why didn't all of those people listening to this absolutely, totally appropriate phone call, why didn't they come forward? So, you know, it's a whole scam.
Sir,
it's an impeachment scam, and you know what it is? It's between the Democrats and the fake news media.
Sir, what evidence do you have that Colonel Vindman is a never Trumper?
We'll be showing that to you real soon, okay?
Can you describe it, sir?
Go ahead.
In terms of the African American community, are you concerned that the possibility of impeachment might hurt your standing in the
No, I
African
think I have a
American
great standing in the African American community because if you look at what we've done, as you know, we have the best unemployment numbers in the history of our country for African Americans. We have the best poverty numbers. We have the best employment numbers. And I'm doing great. African American community gets it. And I did criminal justice reform. Nobody else. I did it. Without me, you don't have criminal justice reform. And that was for the African Americans more than anybody else. So I think my standing in the African American community is maybe the best. We're going to see. We're going to see in 1 year, but I think that I'm going to get a tremendous percentage of votes from the African American. I did one other thing. I did opportunity zones. And these are neighborhoods that a lot of people wouldn't be investing now because of what I did with Tim Scott and some others. But Tim Scott was fantastic of South Carolina. We did opportunity zones. It's an incredible thing. So I think we're going to do great with African Americans. We have tremendous African American support.
What message should Republicans call, Mr. President?
Well, I'll tell you what, there have been stories written about a certain individual, a male, and they say he's the whistleblower. If he's the whistleblower, he has no credibility because he's a Brennan guy, he's a Susan Rice guy, he's an Obama guy, and he hates Trump, and he's a radical. Now, maybe it's not him, but if it's him, you guys ought to release the information.
Quo.
No, not at all. Not at all.
It's 1 year to the election. Are you confident with it's 1 year to the election? Are you confident with being re-elected again? Are you confident being re-elected again?
Very confident. Our poll numbers are great. We're doing very well in the polls. And by the way, not that it's very important because you got elected, but the impeachment polls have been very, very strong, and especially in the swing states. I think you see that. The swing states, they don't want to hear about it. Then we have polls, people don't want to hear about impeachment. The only one that wants impeachment and talk about it is the fake media and the Democrats who basically, they work for the media. The way I look at it, the Democrats work for the media.
So the UK,
Yeah, there's progress, and first I want to get the deal. I mean, the meeting place to me is going to be pretty easy, but first we'll see if we get the deal, and if we get the deal, the meeting place will come very easily. It'll be someplace in the U.S.
Mr. President, according to several recent polls, more Americans want you to be impeached and removed from office than the number of Americans who don't.
You're reading the wrong polls.
Wall Street
You're
Journal,
reading.
NBC,
Let me just
ABC,
tell you.
Washington Post.
I have
all of
the
those
real polls. I have the real polls. The CNN polls are fake. The Fox polls have always been lousy. I tell them they ought to get themselves a new poll system. But the real polls, if you look at the polls, the polls that came out this morning, people don't want anything to do with impeachment. It's a phony scam. It's a hoax. And the whistleblower should be revealed because the whistleblower gave false information. What?
Do you still have confidence in Mick Mulvaney?
Well, he's working. As long as he's with me, I have confidence.
in the UK, do you side with Boris Johnson or Nigel Farage if you have to choose?
I like them both. Look, I think Boris is the right man for the times. He's really for the times. He's a great gentleman. He's a wonderful guy. He's tough. He's smart. And I think he's going to do something. I just hope he does it so the U.S., which is by far the biggest economy in the world, not even close. Since I took office, we picked up trillions of dollars, trillions. And frankly, China has lost trillions of dollars, as you very well know. We're far and away the #1 economy in the world. And if you do it a certain way, we're prohibited from trading with the UK. That would be very bad for the UK because we can do much more business than the European Union. So I think Boris will get it right. They're both friends of mine. What I'd like to see is for Nigel and Boris to come together. I think that's a possibility for us.
President, how strong is your support for Ukraine in their conflict with Russia? Have you ever told Putin to get out of Ukraine?
My support is very good. My relationship with Ukraine is very good. My relationship with Russia is very good. My relationship with China is very good. People don't understand. I get along, but nobody's going to mess with me.
On the John Durham investigation?
The John Durham investigation is moving along. That's up to Attorney General Barr, highly respected. John Durham is one of the most respected prosecutors in the last 50 years in this country, and I let them do their thing. It's Bill Barr and John Durham, and what they come up with will, I think, be very meaningful. We'll see what happens. I do not get involved with it. That's up to them. And by the way, I'd be allowed to get involved with it if I wanted to, but I chose not to. It's up to Bill Barr. But the John Durham investigation is a very important, I feel, one of the most important investigations in the history of our country. Okay?
Are you considering president? Do you have a date or a venue for your
No, we
meeting?
don't, but it could happen. Something like that could happen. I know they'd like to meet, and something like that could happen.
Want House Republicans to call for public testimony.
I think that the House Republicans and the Senate Republicans have been incredible. I don't think there's ever been unity like we have right now. We had 195 or so votes. We didn't have one negative vote. The only one that had negative votes on the whole impeachment scam were the Democrats. I think Nancy Pelosi has lost her mind, and I think, frankly, that she should go back home to San Francisco. If you look at what's happening to her district is going to hell with homeless, with that they're not taking care of, with needles all over the street, with tents, with people, with sanitation, with horrible things being washed into the ocean, into the Pacific Ocean. I think Nancy Pelosi, her district has probably gone down more than any district proportionately in the United States. And what she's done for that district, and then on top of it, you got fires eating away at California every year because management is so bad. The governor doesn't know. He's like a child. He doesn't know what he's doing. And I've been telling him this for 2 years. They've got to take care of it. Every year, it's always California. It's rarely somebody else or someplace else. But Nancy Pelosi ought to go back to her district and take care of it because her district has become a mess. #1 in the country for going down. All she thinks about is impeachment, but she doesn't want to impeach. You know who wants to impeach? The people that run the party, the radical left.
Mr. President, why don't you
Do you
believe?
want John Bolton to testify, sir? And if so, do you
It's
have...
up to him and up to the lawyers.
Well,
It's really up to the lawyers. I like John Bolton. I always got along with him, but that's going to be up to the lawyers.
Why don't
You said no quid pro quo. The thing is that in the transcript, it says, I
Read
have
the
a favor to
transcript.
ask you to go.
Read the transcript.
But it says, I have a
Read
favor
the
to ask you to
transcript.
go.
What about a government shutdown? There's a genuine concern. Democrats believe that you will hold up funding for the government because you're so upset about impeachment. Is that something that could be a possibility? Kel? What do you say to the American people?
I don't think they believe that at all. But we'll see what happens. The Democrats I call them the do-nothing Democrats. They're doing nothing. They're not getting USMCA done. Everybody wants it. Even the Democrats want it. They're not getting anything done. Even guns, they don't talk about guns. All they can do is talk about one phone call made to the president of Ukraine that was perfect. It was perfect. It was a perfect phone call. And they're hanging their hat on this one phone call. And you know what? The Republican Party has never been so unified.
Sir, will you mount a defense? Will you mount a defense, sir?
They've never been so
Can you
unified.
commit to no government shutdown? I mean, can you, people that are concerned, what would
It
you say?
depends on what the negotiation. I wouldn't commit to anything. It depends on what the negotiation is.
Sir, will you mount a defense at the impeachment inquiry?